I actually think that TikTok might be one of the easiest platforms to grow on, even in 2026. And I know a lot of people might come for me for saying this, but I genuinely think it's true. So if you feel like you're doing everything right, you're posting consistently, but nothing is working, I think a lot of it's down to a fundamental misunderstanding of what the platform is these days and what type of content actually works. So I'm going to break that down in this video. And if you're new here, my name is Lana and I'm a TikTok coach, which sounds like a made up job because it kind of is. But I coach content creators for a living. I run something called the Content Club, which is my course and community for content creators. There are over 6,000 members in there, creators that span all different niches, all different genres, all different topics, and they are seeing growth and they're seeing results from their content. And I am in the weeds with these creators. I help them personally with their accounts, so I'm seeing what's working and what's not every single day. And also personally, I've grown my own account to over 300,000 followers on TikTok in a year, and I've managed to make content creation my full-time job just by focusing on TikTok. I built a 6-figure business within 6 months and it is growing rapidly. So let's start off by talking about what TikTok is in 2026, how the platform works. So I think a lot of people have a really good understanding that TikTok is not a follower first platform. Content is not sent to people just because they follow you. It's a discovery platform and increasingly it's a social search platform. TikTok runs on a very strong interest graph. This means with every single piece of content that is posted, the algorithm is trying to answer 2 questions. What is this video about and who is this piece of content for? It looks at the topic, then it looks at the signals. Are people watching this the entire way through? What's the retention like? What kind of meaningful engagement is this getting? It tests the content with people who have shown interaction and engagement with similar content, and if they engage with it, that will expand the reach. And this is why you will see videos from accounts that have like 200 followers getting hundreds of thousands or even millions of views. But at the same time, it's why posting consistently without any kind of clarity will not get you results. So with that in mind, in terms of how TikTok works, now let's talk about what actually matters to the algorithm and how you can leverage this to get results. So the first thing that really matters is consistency, but it's not about consistency in how often you post, it's about consistency in topics that you post about. And this is why a lot of creators really struggle to see growth. If you are jumping from topic to topic in every single video you post, even just lightly, if one video is about beauty, the next one is about fashion, the next is about motherhood, fitness, books, films, the algorithm will never see you as relevant to one specific audience, and people do not know if your content is for them. Growth will only happen when you're getting in front of the same people often enough to convert them into followers, and you cannot do that if you're jumping from topic to topic. People don't know what to expect from your account. They don't know the long-term value that they're going to get from following you, so they just don't bother following you. The next thing that really matters is topic specificity and clarity. Because TikTok uses an interest-based algorithm and it's matching content to people based on their interests, this means that every single piece of content needs to have an interest behind it. It has to be topical. Vague, broad content is too hard for the algorithm to categorize. And if the algorithm cannot categorize your content, if it can't understand it, it cannot get it out in front of the right people. So this means for you as a content creator, there needs to be one clear topic and ideally one clear takeaway per video you create. And the topic of your video needs to be explicit. It needs to be so unbelievably clear. Make sure there's text on the screen at the start of the video that acts as a bit of a headline to tell people what the video is about, and say verbally in your video what the video is about. For example, if you're a beginner to crochet, here are the 3 best stitches that I recommend you start with. So people will know immediately this video is about beginner crochet stitches. And then also include any visual context. Again, if your video is about crochet, make sure there's crochet in the video. TikTok uses ASR, automatic speech recognition, and OCR, optimal character recognition, to be able to categorize content. So this means saying verbally and having it written on the screen is going to help get your video categorized. The next thing that matters is demand validation. You can make a perfect piece of content, but if there's not enough demand in the topic that you're talking about, it's not going to get the reach and engagement and results that you want. So before you pour everything into a video idea, do some research. Go to the TikTok search bar and search for the topic that your video is about. If there are other pieces of content on that topic that are getting good results, that's a good indication that you should make content on that topic. Just make content better than the content that already exists. If there is no interest, then it doesn't matter how good your video is, it's probably not going to get results. And then the flip side of this is true as well. If the topic you're talking about is very oversaturated, there is too much content on that topic, you're going to find it hard to cut through the noise unless you're bringing something really new to the table. So it's all about finding a happy medium. Enough demand that you'll get engagement, but not too much demand and too much content saturation that you're going to get lost. And then the next thing to focus on is search-led strategy. As I mentioned before, TikTok is fast becoming a major search engine. I think there's a stat that says like 80% of Gen Z use it as their primary search engine. TikTok is investing a lot in itself to become a major search engine. It's built its own tool called Creator Search Insights, which is basically a keyword discovery tool. It tells you what is trending and what people are searching for on any given topic at any given minute of the day. And it actively wants creators to make content on those topics, because the better the content there is, the more content there is, the better the search experience for users, the more time people will spend on the app, and then the more profitable that is for the platform. I have 2 separate modules inside the Content Club all about TikTok SEO, how to carry out keyword research for your target audience, how to understand what people are searching for, and then also how to optimize your content. If you would like me to do a separate YouTube video all about TikTok SEO, let me know in the comments and I can definitely do that. And then the final thing to focus on, and probably the most important thing, is audience understanding. And a lot of creators are getting this wrong. As I mentioned at the start, whenever you create a piece of content, the algorithm is asking, what is this content about and who is this content for? So this means you as the content creator need to know who you're speaking to with every single piece of content you create. If you don't know who you're speaking to, the algorithm isn't going to know, and the algorithm will guess, and the algorithm is very bad at guessing. So it will serve your content to a test group of people who may or may not be interested in that topic. And if they're not interested and it doesn't resonate, that's how content gets stuck in that 200 view jail. Where a lot of creators go wrong is thinking they know their target audience by demographics. People will tell me my target audience is working mums in their 30s. That's not a target audience, that's a bunch of demographics. And the algorithm does not use demographics to be able to categorize and target content. It uses behavior. So this means you, as the content creator, need to understand your audience's behavior, their pain points, their struggles, and their desires. And you need to match your content to those things in order to get in front of the right people. And again, to resonate with them deeply enough so that they engage with your content so that it gets the reach it needs. It's all about making your content relevant, because relevance is what drives reach. What actually matters on TikTok in 2026 isn't about hacks, isn't about gaming the algorithm. It's about understanding how the platform operates and creating content that aligns with this. So consistency in topics, clear specific videos, understanding demand, search-led strategy, and understanding your target audience. If this was helpful, make sure to subscribe. I'm going to be doing loads more videos breaking down TikTok strategy in detail, and if you do want that deep dive on TikTok SEO, please let me know and I will get straight on that.